Alright, everything should be good to go, man. I've had some technical difficulties with this shit yet again, but regardless, I'm excited to read Interlude II, man. I really wanted to finish reading it last night. As I said during the Interlude 1 video, I've already skimmed through this first part of Interlude 2. I did that back on Tuesday or Monday, I believe it was. Didn't really read it in detail, just kind of briefly went through it, saw some of the Regulus and Ley dialogue. Because I was curious, but I stopped there because I knew I was going to do this. And based on the reception, the first one of these that we got yesterday, and we're also joined by Chicken in the chat. I wanna shout out Chicken right now. If anybody wants to know where I'm reading this, go to Translation Chicken, check it out there. I also, if you guys notice, I've changed the layout slightly. It's pretty much the same. Took some advice that Mitra and everybody else was giving me yesterday. Made the chat slightly bigger. Made the webcam slightly bigger. Changed the gamma on the text, although you still shouldn't be able to read it readily, and that's how I want it to be, so that's fine. But hopefully everything works out and everything is good to go. And I can more actively interact with the chat this time as opposed to yesterday, because I figured out how to split this and have the screen capture of the particular text still work the way I wanted it to. So with that said, we're gonna get straight into it, man. I'm still pretty sick, feeling pretty good right now. My headache went away. Just took some medicine not too long ago, so my throat's not bothering me too much, but I'm still not going to try and dramatize the voices with this one, unfortunately. I'll be doing that going forward. Definitely by the time we get to Arc 4, but most likely during Interlude 3, during these videos, I'll be able to do that. Anything else I want to run through before we start? Nah, not even. Just smash that like button if you're hype, and we're gonna get straight into the let's read, if you will, / live reaction. And we're reading Interlude 2, Let's Eat. Shout out to Chicken yet again, man. I'm honestly, it's a lot of hard work to translate something. I said this yesterday, but it's a shit ton of hard work to translate something. And with this pacing, I hope you can keep it up, bro. I really hope you can keep it up, because I'm counting on it, man. I want to read this very, very badly. So let's get into it. I'll spend some time at the end, not really much while I'm reading. You won't see me interacting with the chat too much, but as soon as I'm done with this first part, we'll take a little intermission, if you will, and I'll check out what's going on in the chat. In the swaying dragon carriage, Rem was only thinking of him. His name suddenly appearing in her mind, Rem softly lifted her face and narrowed her eyes against the bright radiance of the sun. She gazed at the entourage of dragon carriages ahead. Inside them are the wounded soldiers of the battle with the white whale. All in all, only their urgent wounds had been treated, and more than a few of them are still seriously injured. Also, hold on, let me change one more setting, if I can do this mid. Yeah, I can. Good. I don't want the mouse cursor showing up. There's no need for that. Anyway. And more than a few of them are still seriously injured. Yet even in their pain, the corners of their lips shone only the sense of accomplishment for having fulfilled a long-cherished dream. After the carrying this dream for so many years, to see it finally realized meant more to them than injury or death. Having achieved what they set out to do, they now ride toward the capital to their triumphant return. Taking all this into her sight, Rem hated herself for not being able to hold back the pain inside her heart. "You look anxious, Rem. Are you still worrying about him?" "Crew-sama?" Glancing toward the voice, it is Crew sitting beside Rem. Wrapped in light bandages, it is commendable how Rem revealed no sign of the seriousness of her injuries, but it was impossible to conceal her depleted stamina. The fact they rode in a carriage was also because Krush didn't feel comfortable letting Rem ride a ground dragon alone in this condition. So she resolved to accompany her, at least until the capital is within their... This is why Krush is so much love, man. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about Rem. But, and you should already know how I feel about Krush, but I have to reiterate it here, because most people are actually, I don't want, I'm not even going to say this now. I'll say it after we get past this point. But Krush is love as well. There's a reason that she is in my top 3 best girls of the series. Sensing Rem's unsettled look, Krush casually shrugged. Compared to this, shaking her head. He has Wilhelm Ferris. Alright, I gotta not relay. He has Wilhelm Fedis, the elites of the expedition, and Ricardo's mercenary company, all there to assist him. Besides, Anastasia must have predicted this turn of events. Even if the adversary's strength is a concern, I don't think there is any reason they would lose. Even so, I can't help but selfishly worry. It's so much love. Still, can't remove the source of anxiety, huh? When the obstacle is within you, it would be possible to improve yourself until it's overcome. But when it's about other people, it does become quite difficult. So I'm quite terrible at comforting people after all. My apologies. Seeing Rem sink deeper into her anxiety, Krush realized she had misspoken and lowered her eye. Damn, don't avert your gaze. I feel you, but... When seeing the cold and formal Krush suddenly out of her character, the corner of Rem's lips couldn't help but curl into a smile. Seeing this, Krush nodded contently. Natsuki Subaru said it before. A smile suits Rem better, doesn't it? Even though it sounded like it came out of nowhere, it wasn't an entirely stupid thing to say. Krush-sama, you know when you smile, you give off a completely different impression. You are usually stern, yet once you smile, you become... People do say that. I can't say I'm not angry about it, because I don't smile for no reason in front of people. I guess I'm becoming rather unlovable. Don't say that. Don't fucking say that. You're absolutely adored. Rem wasn't sure whether to take this as a joke, but seeing Krush's gentle smile, her lips opened into a smile as well. Courageous and proud, to Rem, who has always been lacking confidence, Krush was an ideal woman. But of course, in Rem's heart, the highest honor was reserved for none other than her older sister. Ahead of their path is the witch cult, even though it was more or less expected considering Amelia's identity. Until we know more about them, caution is necessary. Natsuki Subaru realizes this, but surely Lord Mathers has a plan as well. Okay, so this is what you were telling me, Misha. So this does, and that makes most sense timeline-wise, that this is before they actually confront Betelgeuse. That definitely makes more sense timeline-wise. I mean, it could have taken place during that confrontation as well, but I like this positioning and it being directly after they left. The depth of my master's mind, Rem couldn't possibly know. Even if you asked me, I wouldn't be able to say. That's harsh. Now that we're allies, after all, little information slipping around wouldn't be too bad. Don't try and coax her. Perhaps it was to distract Rem from sinking into negative thoughts again. Indeed, it was thanks to Krush that Rem wasn't left alone to sink into her worries. Besides, Krush made a good point. A man such as Rosewell L. Mathers must have had a grand plan for all this. Surely Subaru's actions were all furthering his master's goals, while at the same time he's recovering his lost reputation, dude. I feel that 100%, dude. I like that insight from Krush because there's no way things aren't somewhat dancing in the palm of Rosewell's hands. Actually, with the slaying of the White Whale, his reputation has already far surpassed what it was before. Hiro Natsuki Subaru. To Rem, whose heart and future he had saved, this assessment is nothing short of accurate. Considering the bright future he has yet to create, this is also more than justified. And then, to be at the side of that radiant hero, a place he could occasionally turn to make sure she was there, if only that place could hold her existence, and there is nothing else in the world Rem would wish for. With this alone, she would... This is so fucked, man. This line of insight from Rem right here, just peering into what she was thinking at this moment, that fucks with me heavily. That definitely fucks me. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite lines thus far in reading the interludes. When Suru appears in her mind. But speaking of which, though, there's some goat lines in If as well. I really need to do the video on that. When Subaru appears in her mind, Rem's heart is always full of turmoil. It becomes warm and perhaps calm, yet somehow it also becomes full of pain, of anxiety, of longing and worry. To give her heart at once so much happiness and so much suffering, only Subaru could do this to her. With a smile carved upon her lips, Rem's thoughts turned to her future, her and Subaru's future. Stealing a glance at the side of Rem's face, Krush exhaled a sigh of relief. Caressing the scabbard of her knight's sword with her fingers, her eyes stared in silence into the road ahead. Her thoughts were of the long path to the capital. Krush squinted her eyelids. The same instant Rem heard a noise and raised her head. What Krush's eyes captured was something off about a dragon carriage up ahead. The noise Rem heard came from the same direction. In fact, both clues were leading to the same conclusion. In Krush's eyes, the dragon carriage disintegrated. In Rem's ears, the prelude to collapse echoed like the sound of raindrops. A mist of blood sprayed out. The image of the dragon carriage in front of them all of a sudden transformed into a pitiful blur. The ground dragon, the carriage, and all of the wounded inside were completely uprooted and then shattered mercilessly by the overwhelming. These fiends are of another caliber, man. Enemy attack. Her astonished throat delayed only an instant before Krush bellowed out the rally call. With Krush at the helm, the surrounding dragon carriages sensed the crisis and ready for battle. Rem, pushing away all sensation of injury and exhaustion, with their morning star in hand, stood up at once. On the other side of the blood mist was the upright shadow of a man. Who is that man, now burning into her sight, standing in the middle of the road? Without weapon, without armor, without fear, without compassion or malice or intent. Krush over him. Okay, that was weird. Definitely weird. I saw the C in there. I guess because it's like mirrored right next to it. Krush's command came roaring from upon the driver's platform. Hearing the command, the night driver stretched the reins in acknowledgement. With a cry, the ground dragon led the carriage charging, with momentum capable of shredding any large animal coming into contact. Without deviation from the mark, it was a head-on collision into the upright figure. The man showed no intention of moving, and just like that, the two objects touched a slender body about to be ripped to shreds by the... This man is playing chicken with them, son. You don't... Yo, this is fucking crazy. Alright. Krush-sama. With this cry, Rem picked up Krush by the waist and flew off the side of the carriage. There was no more time to reach for the driver. Rem landed, biting her lip, thinking this. Dude, the exposition, I just have to pause for a second, because it's not, this is an Interlude 1 where my first experiences reading this web novel. I have to, first of all, Chicken, you've done an excellent job in terms of your choice of vocabulary and crafting this, but I have to go back to Tape and how much I actually really love how well this exposition works to craft a clear picture in my mind. So the people... And then, right after, really, I want to give up. I didn't even do anything and someone wants to crush me to death. Really, that isn't what people should be doing. I don't think so. He spoke with the relaxed demeanor of a man leisurely walking in a park, or basking in the sun, or some such situation. If it weren't for the shattered debris of what used to be the dragon carriage, Rem would not have found this scene to be so bizarrely horrifying. No matter how you look at it, the man doesn't seem anything out of the ordinary. His body was long and slender, and his neat white hair was neither long nor short, nor particularly odd. His black clothes were neither flamboyant nor shabby, and his face was not eye-catching at all. So this confirms, though, does this not confirm that regular should be wearing black? It is what it is. I'll change it accordingly. And his face was not eye-catching at all. He looked so very ordinary that perhaps no matter where you put him, he would not seem out of place, that if you met him on the street, you'd forget him within 10 seconds. Let's go. But the fact is, upon coming into contact with this man, the ground dragon was ripped in two. Its feet still in mid-stride, and then along with the driver and carriage, shattered into countless indiscernible pieces. The most frightening part is, though Rem never looked away, all she saw was this man merely standing there. Not doing anything. Just by standing there, the man survived the collision with the charging dragon carriage, and still stands there as if it were nothing. That's what I'm saying. And completely unfazed. The dude is basically, OG is fuck. This is why I have to put him over LA, because that reaction, just that speech in general. Like I didn't think I was doing anything. Why are you trying to? Dude, it's fucking amazing. Thank you, Rem, for saving me, but it seems the situation hasn't improved. Still being carried in Rem's arms, Krush thanked her, stood back up, and in the same instant drew her nightsword from its sheath. For the night driver who followed her order and as a result shattered into 1,000 pieces, Krush felt the pain in her heart and narrowed her eyelids. Dude, I wish I could see that scene so badly. I want to see that look in her face. God damn. I also wish I could read the chat more readily right now, man. But I can't turn away. We'll take the intermission, like I said. To so cruelly murder my subject, do not think this will end so easily. Who are you? With her naked blade gleaming with the intent to kill, she threw these words at the man. Taking in these words, the man touched his chin and began nodding as if he understood. Ah, I see, right. You don't know about me, but I know about you. The whole capital, actually. The whole country. You're quite the topic of conversation right now. You are a candidate for the next king, after all. Even I, so out of touch with the world, can imagine what a great burden. Idle talk ends now. Answer my question, or the next time I shall slay you. Whoa, that's really extreme. But then you wouldn't be able to run a country otherwise. Yet this sentiment, I really don't understand it one bit. This desire to wear the crown and take up all the responsibilities, how can anyone understand it? Ah, even though I don't understand, I won't disagree with you. I'm not so arrogant as that. Not one bit. Unlike you. They keep cutting the man's ramblings off, dude. Not paying any attention to Krush, the man just kept on. And then, as I said, that was the last chance. As Krush coldly pronounced these words, her arm swung out a blade of wind. Krush's wind magic combined with swordsmanship unleashes an invisible slash, renowned as the 100-Man Cut. I mean, is she actually using all the slashes, though? It is a powerful ultra-long-range slash that can sever a man's body without him even knowing where it came from, or who. Back then, when the mob beast's great rabbit appeared in the plains of the... Wait, dude, hold on. So this is how it got its name in the first place. The mob beast's great rabbit. I mean, what is... something Usagi, like Cho Usagi? I want to know what the Japanese name for Great Rabbit is. I'm sure Micho can tell me, but Cho Usagi, something Usagi. I'm curious as to what. I mean, if it's even translated particularly like that. What kind of mob beast is this, though? This is interesting, dude. A new Maju for me to think about. Appeared in the plains of the Karsten country. She slew all the mob beasts under Great Rabbit's command in her first ever battle, and it was that time onward Count Krush Karsten earned the name 100-Man Cut. Dude, that's just a bit of exposition that I really like right now. I was always wondering where that came from to begin with. So it is Cho Usagi. That's what I said, but it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like the name of a Maju to me. Osagi? Okay, Osagi. Okay, alright. I like it. I'm curious about it right now, but I'm not going to get caught up in that. Even the white whale's adamant skin was opened by this blade. It had played no small part in bringing down the colossal mob beast. Compared to the white whale, this small, frail body could not possibly withstand. Yet, attacking someone while they're still talking, just where are your manners? Head tilted, as if flaunting how his body took no damage, the man, he's getting on his shaft, you're a god. His existence was utterly unaffected by a slash that could rend even the white whale's armor. The man's body, no, even his clothes, were unscathed. He did not defend the attack, rather it was something wholly different and unknown. Krush could not help but hold her breath, and Rem froze in place. After witnessing something so far outside the realm of understanding, in front of them, the man sighed for the first time. And with a tone lowered by displeasure, I was talking, wasn't I? I was talking just now, and then you interrupted me. Isn't that a bit impolite? Don't you think that was wrong? I have a right to speak, even though I don't really want to have to point this out. But to not interrupt people when they're speaking, isn't that common social decency? You're free to listen or to not listen. I won't bother you about that. But just what are you trying to do by not letting me talk? That's fucking insane. As he ranted, the man occasionally stomped the ground with a displeased expression on his face. And like this, he pointed his finger at those two in front of him, both now eerily speechless. And now you're quiet. What is this? You're listening. You were listening, right? Wasn't I asking you something? Then give me some kind of reply. It should be like that, right? You won't even do that. Don't even want to. Ah, freedom. That's your freedom. You see me ranting and you want to kill me. Then when I ask you a question, you ignore me like I'm in the wind. So it's like that, is it? Well, you're free to do that, all right. Let's just say that it's like that. But then, what is that supposed to mean? Seeing the two standing silently in front of him bracing for an attack, he tilted his head and stared at them with his sharp eyes, and then with a smothered voice. You're disregarding my right, one of my only few possessions, right? Just as a chill ran up Rem's back, the man took a step forward, his drooping arm lifted, creating a small gust of wind. Then on the same line as the motion of his arm, the earth, the air, and the world parted in two. Round and round and round, Crucius' severed left shoulder Hold on. Hold on. What are you doing to the goddess right now? Still grasping onto the sheath of a night sword, the arm dropped down in a spray of blood. He's like, yo, he cut her arm off at the bone. Cruz-sama. Stunned for a few seconds, Rem rushed to the side of the fallen Cruz. She placed her hands on Cruz's wound and with a small final remnant of her mana, applied all her power to stop the bleeding. Cruz's shoulder flowed bright crimson. The flesh, bones, nerves, and arteries were all perfectly severed. A clean and masterful attack. What the fuck? See, I knew that this happened. Just reading this right now is fucking crazy. Rem sighed with a rather inappropriate admiration. Ferris, oh, you. Under Rem's healing arms, she's even too delirious at that point from the pain to even recognize that Rem was still with her. Fuck. Under Rem's healing arms, Krush looked out with unfocused eyes, muttering indiscernibly, and with her remaining right arm, grasped tightly onto Rem's knee, proof that she still possessed the strength to live. Shit. All right, hold on. Regulus is fucking crazy. God damn. And I just wanted to turn your attention to this translation note from Chicken. 14 hours of work went into just this part. Of Interlude II. This is only half of Interlude II. That's dedication, man. And to do so just so the fan base, so that I can sit here and read this right now, so that all of us can actually continue onward. I have to applaud you yet again, man. That's a shit ton. But I have a lot of questions right now, from the Osagi to what is transpiring right now. Regulus' persona is just crazy. Now, see, I 100% co-sign the Gilgamesh statements that I've been seeing thrown around, because it's like that, but to an extent. I imagine his dialogue and you know, the cadence of his speech to be somewhat like that. So I should probably, in crafting his voice a little bit later, I should probably turn to. But I never once want to hear the dub Gilgamesh, man. When I really think about it, if and when they adapt this material, they need to get him. They need to get Gil's voice actor. I agree 100%, Zara. See, I don't know about that particularly. I don't know how Tape would view this. So I don't want to get into that dialogue. But we're taking an intermission right now. We're gonna start back up in 5 minutes or so. I just want to read a bit of the chat as I can, see what you guys have been saying. Caster, this is about to be a crucial moment. We can't have you saying some fucked up shit right now. Feel free to exercise powers against Caster at this point. No, I'm just playing. Caster, here's the thing about Caster. Everybody should be aware of this in the chat, just in case you're new and you've never been to a stream that I've done before. Caster doesn't mean half the things he says, and if he does, it's just what he does. He's a grade A troll. Regulus did nothing wrong. Excuse the man just. I mean, here's the thing. You could argue that he did nothing wrong if they had no. I refuse to believe that they had no intention of being there in the first place. Okay, so you could argue that he did nothing wrong if they just so happened to be there and they rammed into them by accident, or they purposely went after him. But no, they were clearly blocking the path and slayed the carriage before them. So it's, I mean, I don't give a fuck though. He's a fucking savage. I feel like overall, I'm gonna love Regulus the most, and I'm probably going to despise Ley. I feel that 100%. But we'll see. Especially knowing what transpires, I think I'm gonna add character design wise. R4 is huge. R4 is crazy. I am in fact a huge Monogatari fan, if you can't tell by the remaining cards behind me. I mean, a lot of them have been covered up at this point, but I still have some more that I have yet to put up that have just been chilling in the BDs. I need to put those up. It says the Great Rabbit refers to multiple beasts. I know, that was something that was interesting too, now that I think about it. That was definitely something that was interesting too, because it did say, and then why else would she get the moniker of 100 Men if it weren't? Well, I forgot exactly how it was worded, but it was. Let me see if I can find this wall of text. It was basically something like the ones under the Osagi's control or something like that. Fuck, I don't feel like looking for it right now, man. Really don't. Theory. Dude, don't hate. Just leave Caster be, man. I don't know if he can keep it going if nobody retorts. I've never seen it happen before. Wait, Mitra, you're gonna do essays for Kate? Yo, that I need to see. That I need to see. Excuse me? Okay, yeah, I agree. No, I mean, based on that dialogue, it said his black garb, so I don't see why there's any contention as to what he would be wearing. I think he should be in black versus white. I'm gonna have to change that. Read regular. Oh, I'm still crafting the Regulus voice, man. My throat is killing me, so I can't really do it perfectly as I would want it to. I have an idea of what I want it to be in my mind, but I mean, and that's the thing. I don't know if how readily he appears going into Arc 4, but hopefully I have another chance to take a crack at it. But he has that. I mean, I can't fault his logic, man. Yeah, Wardo, as long as these videos get the support, I will keep doing them. If they lack engagement, I mean, there's already so many of you in this chat, so I can't even. Of course, I'm gonna be going on to Interlude III, but it just depends on the reception that it continues to get. Caster, all the statements you say are just blatant lies. And of course, Ley's in here defending Ley. Holy shit, man. The webnovel has black tone clothes. Nah, Regulus is the furthest thing from a fuckboy. I'm sorry, Regulus is an OG. All right, we're gonna keep going to part 2 of Interlude 2. I already see we have 2 dislikes. If you guys could smash that like button to subvert that, it would be greatly appreciated. I understand if you don't feel like it, you're too lazy to click a button. You know, I'm lazy too, so I can't fault you. But let's get over to the second part of Interlude 2 and finish with that. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to hold myself back from continuing today, but I do need to get some rest. If I wasn't sick, I would do Interlude 3 today for sure. Alright. Fuck, man. I'm not okay with this right now. Krush clenched her teeth, enduring her pain. Rem kept her eyes on the man's every movement. She has no means of defending against his strikes. Is at the first sign of an attack, to leap away with Krush is the only thing she could do. In a moment of eerie realization, for some reason, Krush and Rem are all alone. Why hasn't anyone come to their aid? In this critical juncture, with their lord gravely wounded, those knights who did not cower even in the face of the white whale. Why? See, that's what I'm saying too. There has to be a reason. Oh, it's because Ley's been fucking with them. Dude, I wonder if Wilhelm was here, how would the battle go? Would they still be able to destroy him? I'm curious about that. I want to have faith that Wilhelm would have made a difference in being there, but I can't say for we don't even know what the authorities. Well, I mean technically I know what Ley's authority is, but we don't really know what Regulus' authority is. A moment of your realization or something. Alright. Oh, really? I eat and I eat. It's still not enough. It's because of that we keep on living. Wait, okay, I'm gonna take requests for Ley's voice right now. I want to make him sound as slippery and fucked up as possible. I really do. I feel like Wilhelm would take that L. Honestly, I think Regulus is of another caliber. But any suggestions for Ley's voice right now? I'll take suggestions. I mean, you gotta give me an example of a fuckboy. Like, give me an example of a voice, another character that you want it to be reminiscent of. I don't even like. No. I'm not gonna make it sound like Gilly Ray. Hell no. Regulus would one-shot Wilhelm. That's all well and good, as long as he doesn't take. I know he's not. I'm not even gonna get into that right now, but. Okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna. I don't know if my throat can handle making it too slippery right now, but we'll just go with a basic grimy voice right now.
Ah, really? I eat and it's still not enough. It's because of that we keep on living. Eating, chewing, biting, ripping, crunching, munching, sucking, gluttonous drinking. Gluttonous eating, I'm done.
That kills me. All of a sudden from behind came the shrill, ear-splitting voice of a teenager. Like the first man, the youth's voice sent chills running up Rem's spine. Her body stiff, she turned to look at him. The youth stood among several empty carriages from head to toe. He was covered in blood. His long dark brown hair extending all the way down to his knees. His body was short, about the same height as Rem, and perhaps 2 or 3 years younger. Perhaps not much older than the kids in the village near the mansion. Under his hair, only a thin blood-soaked rag covers his slender body. Every inch of his skin is coated with blood. Of course, none of the blood was his. It was from the knights lying at his feet. Don't tell me he took out Ricardo. Because they were all in a procession, right? Fuck that, man. While Krush and Rem were in a standoff with the man in front, the knights had engaged the enemy behind them. In the end, before Rem even sensed any combat, it was already over. You are... Her voice quivering. Rem with Crush in her arms, backed up until both enemies were within her field of vision. Blood from Crush's shoulder had dyed the road red. Now the air turned cold, as if mocking their weakness, their fear. Hearing the question, the man and the youth looked at each other. As if it had all been arranged, they nodded to each other. Then with the same deranged smile of violent delight, they announced their name. Witch Cult, Sin Archbishop Greed, Regulus Corneas. Dude, what a cool name, though.
Witch Cult, Sin Archbishop, Gluttony, Ley Batenkaitos.
I really can't keep that up. I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I can, but it's painful.
When we sensed our pet got killed, we came to have a look. But then, what a delightful harvest. It's good. It's pretty good. It's very good. It's great. It's wonderful. It's terrific. It's breathtaking. It's remarkable. It's spectacular. Passion, love, hate, chivalry, oh joy, and sorrow. That is worth eating.
Witch Cult and Sin Archbishop. When those words reached Rem's ears, she stood frozen in place. With an exhilarated expression, the youth stomped on the ground while howling in a strange noise. And can I pause and say, the man refers to Hokage as his pet. I still don't believe Hokage was under his control, though. So, is this insinuating that potentially, I'm not even gonna question it. I mean, if it depends on how the cult is truly structured and what is behind it, because I've been speculating as far as what things who could potentially be orchestrating and penning the gospel. No, in my mind, it's definitely not Sasha. So if it's not, another individual, it has to be somebody that presides over the archbishops themselves, or a particular archbishop that is positioned as such, or another one of the witches. So does each individual? I'm not getting into this theory right now. We'll talk about it later. But regardless, I have a hard time believing that Lei was in control of Hokage. When those words reached Rem's ear, she stood frozen in place. With an exhilarated expression, the youth stomped on the ground while howling in strange noises. What a fucking fiend, dude! Spinning as if dancing, his arms pointed to the fallen knights, and then looked at them as if with overwhelming compassion.
How wonderful! To personally come to feed. It's been really hard to find people with backbone nowadays, but now, I'm rediscovering my hunger's long-lost gratification.
That's what I don't understand about you, Batenkaitos. Your hunger isn't real hunger, and the one being filled isn't even you. Why can't you be satisfied with just the way you are? We only truly possess what we hold in our own two hands, and can carry with our own two arms. If you realize that, you will be able to control your desires, no? Dude, Regulus is just too OG, man. I mean, it makes sense, too, as far as him being the Archbishop of Greed.
No need to get preachy, old man. I don't like being preached to. I don't disagree with you, with what you said. But I'm not interested either. To be honest, as long as I don't starve, I really don't care about the rest. Gluttony, Batenkaitos descended into a fit of deranged laughter, and Greed, Regulus, shrugged disinterestedly. Two Sin Archbishops appearing in the same place at the same time, Rem sank into thought. In terms of strength, defeating these two is impossible. Even though Crush's bleeding had been stopped, she is still in critical condition. Whether the knights are dead or comatose, they can no longer fight. Rem is completely depleted. Crush is injured. Even if they were at 100% right now, there's no fucking way that they'd be able to take them. Regulus especially seems hacks as fuck. To heal Crush, Rem had already overtapped her mana. Though she transformed into demon mode, she'll be able to absorb mana from the atmosphere and put up a fight. But what is this? Like the third or fourth time, maybe? I think it's like the third time that we've heard about mana not being generated from the gate, but being drawn in for certain arts from the atmosphere. The first time being my boy Art. But anyway. See, I have to pause every time and think about these things a little bit and just note them in my mind, because when I go back to do the review and craft new theories, things like this are important. On the one hand, is the flawless offense and defense of Greed, known to be able to capture a city single-handedly. It is impossible to measure the full extent of his power.
On the other hand, Gluttony is no less formidable. Though his allies are as yet unknown, though his abilities are as yet unknown, he has managed to wipe out an entire battle-tested army within seconds. No matter what, Rem could not see a victory waiting for her in the near future. She quickly scanned the battlefield. Their Eiger carriages are nowhere to be seen. The demi-human mercenaries were tasked with transporting wounded soldiers, and the head of the White Whale. They might have escaped into the chaos by retreating full speed toward the capital right now. Commanding them must be the Fang of Iron Vice Captain, Hetero, bright and resourceful and possessing great common sense and judgment. That's what I'm saying. As long as certain individuals made it out of it and it was mostly just fodder that Lei took out, I'm fine with that. If given enough time, perhaps he will return with reinforcements. But even so, it'll probably not arrive in time for Rem. Hakuge.
Huh?
She muttered quietly. Both Sinar bishops tilted their head. She held her breath for an instant, having found a clue to stall for time. Before they lost interest, she continued. Did you want the whale back? Because we are transporting the severed head to the capital right now. Dude, Rem, with that quick thinking. I mean, I don't think they give a fuck though. Excuse me.
Head? I was beginning to wonder what that weird smell was. What happens to the head doesn't matter anyway. It's dead. Sure, bring it back. What can you do? If we want to, we could always make a new one. It'll take about the same amount of time to raise.
I'm not even gonna spend the amount of time it's gonna take to analyze that statement right there. We could always make a new one. It'll take about the same amount of... I'm gonna save that for the review. Saying this, Batenkaitos snapped his neck and ground his teeth.
Compared to this, he said forcefully, compared to a dead whale, we are more interested in the people that killed it. After 400 years, someone finally killed that thing, even though we were already expecting a feast. This is far beyond our expectations.
His head shaking up and down, his long hair wildly... Lei is fucking insane, dude. I mean, to rival the insanity of Betelgeuse, they have to be crazy in their own right, but this kid is fucking... I mean, realistically, he can't be a kid. But he looks like a fucking kid, so I'm gonna call him a kid for now. Realistically, he has to be... there has to be similar lengths to his age to how I positioned Amelia as well. The youth laughed with saliva flying from his mouth, clacking his teeth as he did so. Alright, I think this is going to be probably one of the last times I can do this voice today. Because my throat is on fire. I know it hurts.
Love, chivalry, hatred...
Okay, that's killing me. I'm just going to read it normally from now on. Until the next time we potentially see him. Until I give my vocal cords a little bit of a rest. Love, chivalry, hatred, obsession, accomplishment, gathered together, brought to a boil and swallowed whole. The gratification. Is there anything in the world more delicious? No. There isn't. Gluttonous drinking, gluttonous eating. So I can't help but read his voice like this now, man. I like it.
So my heart, my stomach, my joy and gratification are trembling.
Now you just biting my boy's lines, dude. So you're so this man's brain was shoving your stomach. I mean, it works with the greed thing. This man's stomach is trembling. Are you serious right now? Incomprehensible. As if losing control, Batenkaitos broke into a shrill, compulsive laughter. Silent, you'll never get me to do the laughter, though. Silently, Rem turned her eyes to Regulus, and Regulus waved hello. Unfortunately, unlike him, I'm here purely by accident. Not to mention it all, of course. Do I have hunger and desires like his? To hold such selfish, meaningless desires. Unlike his unsatisfied stomach torturing him, I, on the other hand, am completely, utterly content with myself. Spreading his arms wide like a cross, Regulus stood in front of Rem with an utterly refreshing expression. Crucius' left arm was severed, yet his two arms are still free to bend and turn. It was like an act to flaunt his very existence. Conflict, I hate that. For me, just merely enjoying the calm and safety of regular life is it. Dude, now he's on his Kira side. is regular life is enough. I have no more need than that. Static, unchanging time and myself, that's the best. Because my hands are small and powerless, for me, just for myself, just to protect my meager possessions, I have to use up all my strength. That's my kind of fragile Dude, this man is fucking insane. If you really think about what he's saying, and that's what, the thing about this dialogue to me, that positions Regulus is so much more dangerous than when it's than what is coming across as. He's calling his possessions meager, and he's using up all of his strength to protect that kind of fragile existence. In his man, the proportions and scale of said things are completely warped and disproportionate to what a normal, reasonable individual would call meager possessions. He's fucking, you can tell Regulus is fucking insane in his own right, but I love him nonetheless. Regulus emphasized it by clenching his hand into a fist. The hand that claimed countless lives, and the arm of a woman. So don't just throw it in there casually. Tabe is savage as fuck. Such an explanation is just taking it too far. Be it Ley, a madman in a trance of deranged laughter, or Regulus, a self-righteous, self-satisfied, and self-indulged blabbermouth, they certainly are witch cultists. A storm of boiling rage was rising in her heart. Rem lay crouched, still faintly breathing, down on the grassy plain. She forced her quivering legs to stand. In her hand she held her morning star, and squeezing out the final drop of her depleted mana, spears of ice formed in the air around her. Dude, is she really gonna try going right now? Seeing this, Ley and Regulus' expressions changed. Was anybody listening? I said I don't want to fight. If you're going to take an attitude like that, then that's ignoring my wishes. That's violating my right. One of the few meager possessions I was permitted to have. My property, taken from me, to me, already so few in my desires. This is unforgivable. Enough is enough, witch cultist. Raising her head towards Regulus, Rem pronounced these words firm and resolute. Toward the disappointed-looking Regulus, Rem rattled her iron chains. Sooner or later, a hero will appear. How much pain and suffering your self-indulgence and conceit had caused in the world will be known to that hero, Rem's deeply beloved, one and only hero, dude. That statement, though, is deep and utter foreshadowing, because you know it's going to be true. But I think you're going to pique their interest such that you're triggering them at this point, dude. Rem, man. It's not okay. I feel like I'd be if I did not know what happened right now, I feel like I'd be shitting myself and a complete and utter mess. Right now, instead, I'm completely hyped up on Regulus and Ley's dialogue because they're just so fucking insane, dude.
Hey! Wait. Hey, a hero? We'll be looking forward to that guy. If you believe in him so much, that guy must be delicious.
Clapping his hands, body angled forward, Ley Batenkaitos stuck his tongue out at Rem. His eyes were not the eyes of a man looking at an enemy. For some reason, I'm picturing Fido right now, looking at an enemy, much less at a woman. They were the eyes of a starving beast looking at his food. The fallen knights behind Batenkaitos began to blur and become indistinguishable. Their existence, their position, none of it now comprehensible to Rem. Why are they lying there? Who are they? And what relation do they have to herself? Wait, he's already consumed their... Yo, that's fucked up. So he's... Well, he did say he'd feasted already. That's fucking... Dude. The authority of gluttony is so fucked. And yet again, I'm going to take my time to gloat in the fact that my speculation was not unfounded. I did not craft stupid ideas. They actually hold true to a certain extent. Just like the nightmare of one's existence being erased by white whale, and it says it right there, by the white whale's miss, so the white whale's master, gluttony, possessed the same authority. Head maid of the household of Margrave Rosewall El Mathers, Rem. Intending to proclaim her identity, Rem shook her head. In this moment, the name she really wanted to say was, I am only someone who is beloved by the person she loves. Companion of the hero, the one I love the most in all the world. Dude, so much fucking love, no matter what. Natsuki Subaru's companion. A pristine white horn emerged from her forehead. An immense surge of mana flew into her body from the atmosphere. Her body drinking in new strength, the chain of her morning star writhing, rattling, and ice spears around her ringing that dude. Somebody do a fan art of that, please. The last moments of Rem Savage. Oh my god. She opened her eyes, taking in the world and feeling of the atmosphere. In her mind, she was seeing his face. Prepare yourselves, Sin Archbishops. Rem's hero shall bring punishment upon you. Unwavering, undaunted faith in him. This is why I don't understand if you don't love this woman right here. I can't help you. She didn't deserve any of this. God damn it, man. Raising her morning star, the same instant the ice spears flew, Rem's body shot forth. As if in reply, Batenkaito's mouth stretched wide open, full of fangs.
How wonderful! Ah, such passion! Let's eat!
Clash met clash, and in that instant, she thought, I wish when he realizes I'm gone, it could cause a small... Fuck, man. Fuck. Fuck that. That's not okay. That is not okay. That is not okay. One of the most powerful lines in ReZero, period. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I mean, everybody already knows my favorite lines of dialogue thus far, and I can't really speak to the web novel, but out of everything I've read, aside from some of the Regulus and Ley dialogue, and as well as that one line earlier, this line hurts me. I already shed my tears over this, dude. I'm not doing it again. I'm not letting myself go back into that mental state. And I had resolved myself as such, but then I read something like this. I wish when he realizes I'm gone, it could cause a small ripple in his heart. This alone was what Rem wished for in her final moment. What the fuck, dude? You know what? Rem, my God, all I can tell you is rest assured that not just Subaru, but every single one of us feel much more than a small ripple in our hearts, and especially after reading that line. And this kind of mirrors that outlook to me to an extent, that kind of sense of self-insignificance. Man, you don't know how much love you are? Dude, when Subaru finds a way to give me Regulus is on a different tier for me personally, okay? I mean, Ley's authority is fucked up, but Regulus's base prowess is insane in and of itself. But I need to see Subaru give Ley that work, man. Somebody needs to wreck this little fiend. I'm sorry. It disgusts me. Absolutely disgusts me. Fuck. And that's the end of Interlude II. I feel you, chicken. I cried so much. I have no tears, man. I have nothing right now. I didn't expect, like, literally, I spent a good 24 hours mourning this already. I didn't expect to be shaken reading this again like that, but no, it's still getting to me. It's fucked up. Fuck Ley, man. Regulus is the GOAT. Fuck Ley. Ley needs to get that work. That's, dude, this fuck, man. Let me read the chat for a little bit before we end this. God damn. And it's perfect. We're hitting about an hour on the stream. I'll end it at the hour mark. either Crush or Will. Oh, you're just talking about characters in general. Thank you, man. That was perfect. For a second, I thought you were talking about Best Girl still, and you were like either Crush or Wilhelm. But then I saw then I saw the parentheses. I didn't notice the parenthetical at first in terms of a character. Subaru, Rem, and Amelia need more depth. Personally, I think because this whole thing is centered on Subaru's development, he will continue to get more and more depth. And as of now, what he's been through is enough for me personally. This is why I love Subaru to death. But I agree with it as far as depth, especially in reading EX novels. Crush is up there for sure. Wilhelm, of course. I really wanna be able to talk about those, but Petrarch's best girl. I'm still confused as to if Petrarch is actually a male or a female, man. It's eating, but that's what I said, dude. I'm so mad because literally, and it wasn't anime onlys that shit on my theory. It was people who had read the web novel and light novel that shit on my theory and were like, yo, what are you talking about? This is nonsense. And yes, I was wrong because it wasn't Hokage, but by extension, the authority of gluttony works just the same. And something I said in that video was, what if it's in line with the gluttonous, the whole gluttonous, sin, and he's consuming their existences? But no, nobody wanted to listen to me, though. Nobody wanted to listen to me. And if I swear to God, I'm going to parade. If Bayako remembers, I'm done. I'm fucking done. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna retire from making theory crafting videos because people just like to fuck with me when I thought about it heavily, and now I'm being proven right. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. As far as the Betelgeuse theory or the Amelia Suka theory, I mean, people shout on those, but I don't really care about that. That's one thing. Petrarch's Satula's will. So that's official. That's official. It's Petrarch's female. I'm fine with that because that's amazing in and of itself. You're telling me Ley is above Regulus and Betelgeuse. I mean, I'm sure Betelgeuse is the weakest. I'm fine with that. But, and don't spoil me, but I don't want to be spoiled. No, Virgil. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. And I just told you not to do it. I just told you not to do it. Quietly. As far as I'm concerned, that statement applies to your boy. Yeah, I do want to think about the Osagi a little bit too before I get into it. That's not. Virgil, I'm not actually really that mad about that. That's not a big spoiler, but then again, it just fuels my salt. If I almost thought I love Amelia. Just trolling. Pure trolling. I fuck with Willow. Dude, I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? If you want a crusty old man, if you want to... I mean, we can get you Rom OG-san, too. I'm sure one night with Rom wouldn't be too bad. My boy Pearston. I don't believe that for a second. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be spoiled. We need to not do this. We need to not do this. No spoilers. If you spoil in this chat anything past what we're reading, or if you spoil in the comments after the video, you will be you'll be banned. I'm sorry. I've given you fair warning many times. Yeah, I sent my goddess EMT a little birthday card, if you will, on Twitter. That's why you guys should follow me on Twitter. You'll see things like this. I don't know how many people actually do that, though. Never really thought about it, to be honest. But here, I highly recommend you do so, because it's a lot easier to get in contact with me on Twitter than it is to get in contact with me on YouTube. So if you want to ask me something or say something or send me something, that's the way you want to go about it. Nerf Ley, dude. Fuck it. I'm not. Ley's a fiend. I'm not putting it past him to be OP. I'm just saying. I don't like him. It's a fucking. He's a little fuckboy. Appreciate it, Chicken. Thank you for coming through, bro. It was awesome to have you in the chat, as well as Mitra and Zara, as always, coming through, looking out for the spoilers, as well as enlightening me when I miss things. But I wish you the best of luck in terms of the translations as well, Chicken. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to the Arc 4 chapters, especially. I know you're almost done with the Arc 3, Interlude 3, so. And I'm probably, in terms of that, we're going to end this here, guys. But in terms of the next one of these that we're going to do, Interlude 3, I will probably do... I don't want to say for sure tomorrow, because I'm going to try and get as much... I got some work to do, and I want to try and get as much rest as I can as well, so I can kind of get over this shit and be good Monday and Tuesday. But if it happens tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow around... Gonna be doing another stream as well, so it'll probably be tomorrow around 12 p.m. EST. If it happens tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then I'm gonna do it on Tuesday. It's not gonna be on Monday because there's shit going on Monday, but I'll do it on Tuesday, and I will keep you guys updated as to the time it'll be if it is in fact on Tuesday. Follow me on Twitter so that you guys can actually see when it's happening, or just subscribe, and that way you'll see. You know, it'll pop up in the sub feed. I mean, subscribe anyway if you like the ReZero content, but regardless, there's going to be plenty of other stuff coming to the channel once fall starts as well. I've been kind of taking it easy as far as content this last week, kind of not doing everything that I had been doing all season because, one, I've gotten sick, but two, I'm trying to prepare some stuff for fall season, so it's gonna be cool. Thunderbolts Fantasy, I just saw that. I'll probably do Thunderbolt. I mean, we're gonna be doing Psyche in about 30 minutes on Ku's channel, so I'll probably do Thunderbolt Fantasy. I'm honestly thinking at this point that I'm gonna save it till next Friday and just do it right before the finale. But it depends on how I'm feeling later. I might do it this evening, or I might do it tomorrow. Just sometime between now. Honestly, all I can say about Thunderbolt Fantasy is sometime between now and the finale next Friday is when it'll come. I'll keep you guys posted about that as well. But these comments, man. Dude, I fucking hate being sick. I really hate being sick. I need some tissues. I know, it's crazy, right? We got 162 viewers now, but only 123 likes. Guys, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to. I mean, just I'll close it with this. Smash. If I don't know, I missed. I'm gonna have to go back in the video, and that's a great reason why I included the chat in this layout, is because I missed most of the comments of your guys' reaction to the Ley voice, and I'm really curious to see if people hate that voice or love that voice. But if you liked it, smash that like button for the Ley voice at the very least. If you hated it, I'll understand if you never want to come back again. I personally, that voice is so weird to me, man. But I can only hear Ley like that in general now. Try to get 2 chapters done today. Awesome, bro. Awesome. I mean, we appreciate just what you're doing. Don't push yourself too hard on it. We appreciate what you're doing in general. Discussion streams on ReZero Theory? I did when the anime was airing. I did discussion streams. We had about 4 or 5 of them interspersed after certain episodes. Brago was there for at least one of them. But right now I don't have any in particular planned, because in order to do one, I need to have people that are reading as well. Plus, we need to make a good amount of progress on all of this. So I'll probably do. I definitely see myself doing more ReZero discussion streams in the future. I know Chibi's gonna keep reading as well, so I'd probably try and get him back for at least one more of those. If you guys missed the stream with Chibi, by the way, you guys should check it out. It's in the playlist. But yeah, if I do one again in the future, Theory, I'll definitely hit you up if you're gonna continue reading, so we can get you in the discussion as well. But yeah, I'm sure we'll do one once we get into Arc 4 at some point. I'm sure there's gonna be shit I want to talk about. Even now, there's shit I want to talk about, but I still have to process things. Luckily, none of this really disrupts any of the theories I already had planned as well. But now I have even more questions and thoughts coming into my mind. That's just what this series does, man. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. What ReZero videos am I planning besides these live readings? Well, I actually put it in the description that you can go to the end of episode 25 review and get all that information, but I'll reiterate it here just because. So other videos, and that's also why I probably won't be able to do Interlude 3 tomorrow, but other things that I'm planning. And Interlude 3, I believe there's, 6 parts of it? So I'm probably going to break that up into 2 parts as well. But regardless, other videos for ReZero besides the Let's Reads. We're going to be doing... Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing Petite, episodes 1 and 2. Somebody actually commented and said to do Break Time before Petite. I don't know who here has watched Petite and Break Time and can give me a legitimate reason why I should do it that way or if it matters. I don't know. I mean, let me know. Let me know if it matters. But I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Regardless, I wanted to get a side video out about Reinhardt, but I haven't been able to work on it at all in the last 3 days since I got sick. So that's probably not going to happen tomorrow. It's probably going to have to push back to this week sometime. The first week of fall season, there's going to be a lot of ReZero related videos, but aside from that, we're going to be doing the reviews for every amount of chapters. So once we finish Interlude 3, we'll be doing a review. Break Time first. Where can I watch Break Time? I'm just going to put that in the chat. But, so yeah, I guess I'll do Break Time tomorrow if you guys can give me a place to watch it at. It's on Crunchyroll as well. They're both on Crunchyroll? I didn't realize they were both on Crunchyroll. I thought only Petite was on Crunchyroll. I'm gonna go check right now. Oh, man. Headache is coming back, bro. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. I mean, it is what it is. It's been a while since I've been sick. So, I mean, I see the Petite shorts on Crunchyroll. Can somebody just link me to it for Break Time? Because I don't see them. Wait. Hold on. No, I found it. Oh, so they follow each other up. I see. It's just all one. Okay, never mind. Thank you. All right, so realistically, I have to start with Break Time then. It's sequential. All right, so we'll be doing episode. And how long are the episodes for Break Time? Let me see. Break Time episode 1 is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'll probably do 2 episodes. 2 or 3 episodes tomorrow. I mean, I'm going to split them up. Yeah, I'm literally going to split them up, but it is what it is. So I take it back. Tomorrow we'll be doing the first 2 episodes of ReZero Break Time. And we're going to do that at the time that ReZero would have aired if it was still going. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow. We might do Interlude 3 tomorrow. Reinhardt video is coming. Another theory video, which I'm not going to spoil, will come within the next 2 weeks. And then I know people have been asking me what other videos have I planned. I don't really want to spoil them because I have a lot of them planned for ReZero. But I will say that the videos that I want to do on the EX novels and on If will be the next in line after I finish the Reinhardt video. So what is this talk about strikes? I don't like hearing that mentioned. What are you talking about? I want to know what you're talking about, man. And I got general prequel for the Reinhardt video. I mean, at this point, it's I probably won't. Yeah, Mitra, just send it to me at this point. I mean, I've put it off long enough. I'm really curious about it, so yeah, just send it to me. But I don't know if I'll include it in the video or not, because the video is like, it's not a very. I don't know how to describe the video without spoiling it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, definitely send it to me. Sure, that'll be appreciated. But yeah, many other plans for ReZero coming, so don't worry about that. And we're going to keep these going as long as people continue to come through to them and support them. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll keep you posted. Definitely follow me on Twitter if you want updates, or subscribe to find out when these are going to be happening. Thanks to everyone that came through, and smash that like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.